Let's see if, by the end of this video, I will have convinced myself of everything I'm about to talk about. Will this video help me take action, as I really hope it helps you? Also, I'm gonna go try to find a pond that I've been to like once or twice in my life. So let's see if we can do that too.
I always love the sound of a river.
I keep waiting for a sign. Para varias decisiones in my life, I feel unsure of where to go and which decision will be the correct one. In some decisions in my life, I just wish I could turn to someone and be like, you make the decision, you deal with it. Just let them decide, or let them just tell me what is the right thing to do. Can't God or the universe just point me in the right direction? It is so wet back here from the snow melting. So much water. This isn't the pond yet, by the way. Would it be cheating if I just followed the river? Oh my gosh, balance, guys. Wow, where is your balance? Okay. I don't think it took this long for my dad and I to get out there last time. I know there's like an opening because it's a pond, right? So there's no trees, and I'm trying to look if there's any openings of trees around here, and I just don't see any. No veo nada. At least I know to keep the sun at my back, and then I can follow the sun to get back, because there's no trail out here. Two things. One is this craziness. Wow. And two is, how is there still snow? Snow. Let's see. Okay, cool. Since so far I'm seemingly failing at finding the pond, we'll stop here for a bit, shall we? We all have so many decisions every day, and the more responsibility you have, of course, the more decisions you have to make. Like, first thing when you come to in the morning, is it, should I stay in this cozy bed, or should I actually get up and do something? Should I have eggs for breakfast or cereal? Should I take some self-care time or just dive straight into work? Of course, having little kids, you have to make decisions for them as well. And I'd say I do pretty good with all of these little decisions, except sometimes when I have what I might call decision fatigue, and you know, when you just tell your child, go ask dad. I used to think that my dad would say that because my mom was in charge, but now as a parent, I know that you just say that when you don't feel like making this choice. Other bigger decisions are not so simple, and you know, you can make a list of pros and cons for each, but just because one thing has more pros doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna make that choice for that side. It has more to do with what cons you're willing to face and which pros hold more weight. And that's what makes me wonder and second guess and stall and procrastinate and just wish for a sign to point me in the right direction when it comes to the point of needing to tomar la decisión. I might feel like I came to the right choice based on all of my information, but then, you know, am I actually willing to go down that road? What are the things that are going to come up that I didn't even imagine might happen in that scenario? Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a big decision to make where you actually feel like you had an obvious sign. I've been talking and having conversations with people about this recently, and it's just very interesting to me. Also, share whatever has helped you make big decisions. Let us continue on. I don't have much hope because it's like almost like, what if I already passed it? I don't know, but let's see, shall we? Good old birch trees. And every tree. Wait a second. Looks like... No, that is not a bare spot. Ah, that actually might be it. Let's see. There's such a mess and tangle close here. I don't know which way to go. This looks like a blueberry patch. There's no trees, but there's no pond. Oh gosh. I'm almost certain I went too far. There's like, it did not take this long before. So, I'm just gonna head back. I'm gonna take a loop around because it might be that way. Okay. One thing about waiting and looking for a sign from God or the universe, if you want to call it that, you may get a sign. You may get multiple signs. You may not be paying attention when you get the sign, or you may misinterpret the sign, or you may get the sign and then you say, nope, that is not for me. I am going to take the other choice. Like, have you ever gone to someone for advice and then you either don't like what they hear or they do like what they hear? And then you either don't like what you hear or you don't like the advice that they gave you. And then you just completely ignore everything they said and you go ahead and do whatever you want anyways. In a way, it was still productive of you to have gone to that person para pedirle consejo. Para pedirle consejo. Because whatever they said still pushed you to take action. Remember, action is better than inaction. Remember, action is better than inaction. You got that? Did you forget it? Take this and remember. Action is better than inaction. Can you tell I'm making this video for myself? Not making a choice is still inaction. At least if you make a choice, even if it's not the best one, it is action and it's moving you forward. You're not stuck in this swamp. Darn it, I wanted to be at the swampy pondy area for this. Stuck in the mud. Let's go. I'll let you know if I find it. It's gonna be more of the same, me just like wandering around all these trees. Big boots and all. I'm just loving the kookiness of some of these angles, okay? Sun right behind my head. I just thought of a perfect example of this, and that is me walking in the woods. When I stop and look around and can't decide which way to turn, no sé para dónde ir, it doesn't help me to just stand here, because if I keep standing here and don't make any choices of which way to go, I'm still gonna be sitting in the woods, not getting closer to home, not getting closer to the pond, not getting closer to anything. I'm just stuck in this non-motion. Which reminds me of the waiting game video that I made recently, which is basically, you can check it out here if you haven't seen it. Basically the same thing. So let's head towards the sun. It was a good example, right? You get the idea, you get it. Like if you're choosing between two apartments and you just don't know which one to pick, you can always pick one, move there, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you can move again. No biggie if you have to move, and it's great if you can stay there. Well, no biggie. We have moved so many times, and I actually really don't like packing up my house, and especially when you have to
clean up your entire apartment, and then in your new apartment you have to do that checklist thingy where it's an inspection of like every crook and cranny that has any scratch or paint chip or whatever, all that jazz.
Do not like that, but yeah, no biggie. No biggie if you have to move and you made the wrong choice. I love the glow that sun makes on the trees. Just beautiful. Ooh, there's water. Oh, that's the road. I'm almost back at the road. Definitely. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Let me check first. That is too funny. Okay, wait. Ah, crap, I can't get... Hang on, can you see this? It's the pond! It is the pond! Whoa, zoom in. I literally went way past it. Wait, I was walking this way, right? And I went way around it this way and way too far. And so as I was looping back to right here, here we are. Made it to the pond. Let me see if I can get around it now and get a good shot of it. Oh, I don't think I can get back to it because that tree right there is, I think, like on the edge of it. But look, there's too much water between here and the edge of the pond. So my short boots aren't gonna cut it. Anyway, I saw the pond. Hopefully I got halfway decent view of it. I don't know what it is. I just love bodies of water. I don't know if it's that gorgeous to you guys, but just love it. I wish I could sit on the edge and just like look at it, you know. But there's another lake across the road where I just came from, so I could just go look at the lake instead. The thing about here is there's nobody else and it's in the woods too. Just remember, action is better than inaction. Just do what you can to make the best decision with what you have from where you are ahorita mismo. And once you decide, I know this for a fact because it's happened before, once you decide, you feel peace. And once you decide, you can move forward. And maybe if you don't have these big decisions hanging around your head, then you won't have so much decision fatigue with your kids. All right, me editing. Have I convinced you yet? Oh, whatever. Have a fern on top of my head. Hey, how you doing? Have you decided yet? Looks like yes.